Alrighty, folks. This week's art video is going to be a little different again because we got another comment. Oh, joy. All right. Well, I'm not actually all that overwhelmed with the idea of this concept. Honestly, they're both relatively flowy water type mons, so it's kind of just taking the best elements of both of them. And I just wanted it to do right, like I normally do. But so, as you can probably tell at this stage, we're kind of going for a little guy. I wanted to do kind of in a how do I want to put this? A spirit that needs to be awakened. That kind of thing. So we went for more of a small cherub, but still kind of like grumpy toad vibe. Now right here, we're just doing what we normally do. We're going through and we're getting our lines all put in place after getting our basic outline done. I decided I wanted to kind of fan out the feet/hands a little bit more so that I could try to do something about like webbing between the fingers and toes. I'm a little nervous that the appendages did not turn out in the finished product, but you guys will see that soon enough. From here, we're just kind of getting his little hip structure all finished up, and then we're going to go in and with a little bit thinner brush, we're going to go and make his eyes. Now, little homage here. I'm a huge fan of Muppets, hence the Kermit the Frog styled pupils. And then to kind of just harken back a little bit more to Suicune's design is why we have those kind of snowy diamonds on the hips. But ooh mama, here's those appendages I was talking about. Not sure if they were gonna look so great. If you notice, I didn't really clean up the webbing. I still wanted the overall foot and hand shape to be kind of square-ish, geometric type of thing, while maintaining this, again, Muppet-inspired finger and toe structure, the kind of flat, pointed feel of it all. Now we're going in, and what's almost more iconic than the water shuriken for Greninja has got to be that boy's tongue. So we have his tongue kind of just hanging loose, as if he doesn't know what to do with it at this moment. We're then going to get rid of our initial concept lines as we go through and we start painting in the Suicune inspired crest on the forehead. Then we're going to go in and we're going to take Greninja's darker, more regal-esque blue, and we're going to give the entire body its coat of paint. Oh, keeping him nice and clean and as close to camouflageable. Some kind of word, meaning that he's going to have some kind of ease when coming to camouflage. This one just kind of takes a bit of time because I did make quite a few smaller corridors to go into, and I generally start with a bigger brush so that I can get the more widespread area covered overall. Also, I would like to point out I do really enjoy how this one ended up turning out. It's giving kind of Dexter's Lab styled drawing in the finished product. I don't know, when I was looking at the final thing, I was just staring for the longest time, and I was like, what's this? Why does it look familiar? And I think I'm finally landing. It's got some of that Hanna-Barbera late 90s, early 2000s vibes about it. Oh, so sorry, guys. But then next up here, we are taking the pinkish red of Greninja's eyes and getting that put into place for the pupils. And to kind of incorporate a little bit more of Suicune's colors, I went with making the tongue the same colors as his kind of poofy mane that Suicune's got going on. And then I know it feels like I'm lingering on this for a minute, but I was just trying to figure out where exactly I wanted to place this dividing line down the length of the tongue. Now I'm just seeing if all the colors are coming together nicely without the line art. I kind of wanted to experiment with some things, see if I could fade the outline without it looking too bad, and I decided against it. So now we are getting into our masking. Now we're going through and actually going to be doing a couple of different layers of masking to kind of show the geometry of Suicune, the Suicune inspired headpiece first, and then this overall darker masking. Because as any of you who have seen more than one or two of these videos should know, I have a tendency to kind of lean on a forward-facing light. So I wanted to, with this, make it almost feel a little bit more sinister, in the sense of it's a small guy trying to give off that overwhelming energy so that you're not entirely sure what's up, but you know that if you mess with him, something bad might happen. So then we're just kind of finishing up, doing some touch-ups where we need to with that darker shadowing highlight, then going around in some random in the I knew these are roughly where I wanted to be at highlight points. And then as we get all of those taken care of, we'll go through and we will change our settings to make them a little bit less white and more kind of just a light-ish tone with the blue. And we're going to go through, blend the edges of our shadow so as to make it look a little less intentionally placed and a little bit more, as if we were kind of working our way out in a more traditional format. So right now we are just kind of going through, making sure everything is set to one level, because we are actually going to draw this dude a perch, which is why the hands are in that kind of gripped position. I thought it only fitting to design some kind of prop for him in this one that isn't just some kind of staff like I did with the Blaziken Rhyperior one. Go check that out if you want to see how far we've come in just these short couple months of doing these videos. Then from here, I'm kind of adding a basic outline. I don't want this prop to be as overly focal as the Grenicune fusion itself. So we're just gonna drop the opacity of that outline to kind of make it look as if it's a pre-placed background or set piece, along with kind of mocking up some almost wood lines. I'll have to get more practice on that, but with that, what is our cookie stump? Is now going to get our second round of masking so that we can show the shadows of the wood having a shadow cast on it because the light is behind it, the shadow of the little dude kind of sitting on there, just kind of being intimidating. But I suppose with that, this will conclude yet another episode of the Random Art Pillar. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you dislike what you saw, hit the dislike button. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to see in the future video. Bye!